All right, this is Ray Campbell with the Campbell Resource Group. I'm the CEO and founder of the Campbell Resource Group. And I just kind of wanted to walk you through the website that we put together that has some extensive offerings. You have our home page. So I'm going to just walk through each page and kind of share with you what we do, what we're about, and how we can support you and your organization. So as you get to the homepage at campbellresourcegroup.com, scroll down, you'll see Succeed with Us, Coaching and Training. So we have a lot of different training options. We have coaching, Pathway to Success, coaching blueprint that I developed over the last 25, 30 years of just life. Then you can click here on the training services, which will take us to this page here, but I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and talk a little bit more about Campbell Resource Group. So one of the things that I really enjoy doing is in my courses, I use a lot of personal stories, anecdotes, and my own experiences over the last 30, 40 years to really engage the audience with some simple but effective tools and tips and give them an opportunity to be able to apply those and see how they work out. Some of the programs I do allow several weeks in between each training event to allow the participants to engage the tools they've learned, activate them in their life, and then see how they work. And then we can talk about them when we come back. And then in the Pathways to Success coaching program, I work personally with each client who's interested in truly transforming themselves. And also, if they've run into a roadblock in their life and they're looking for another avenue to be able to move out and pivot to redirect their lives and fulfilling their life purpose. You'll hear some about my personal story, kind of what got me to the point to where I was changing my life and why I was changing my life, and then the steps that I took that I've also shared informally and formally with many throughout the years. But the vision we have is really to impact future generations and pass along a legacy of strong relationships, great communication, conscious thought, and empowering leadership capabilities. Because in this new world that we live in right now, the things that have changed recently between the coronavirus pandemic, the civil unrest, the uncertainty about nationwide and global markets, and so forth, is really going to require people to have those skills and abilities to be able to influence and impact others and serve society well. And that's achievable through our online courses and the coaching program as well. And it's really to equip men and women to identify their purpose and their pathway to success. Here's some pictures. This is an old picture of me. I was probably about 45 pounds heavier in this picture than I am now. I'm a John Maxwell certified team member. So I'm a certified teacher, speaker, and coach through the John Maxwell organization. And Pathway to Success is the coaching program that I've developed. You can sign up here, which you will want to do when you visit the website. Sign up here. Join our mailing list, and that way you can be on the cutting edge and on the front end of everything that we're doing. Here's a couple of podcasts that I put together. One of them is kind of on the Everyone Communicates If You Connect training module that I give. It's the intro version of it, just so you can get a kind of a flavor for the communication training, and then resilience and COVID-19, how to maintain our resilience during this time. All right, so we will go to the training page here. And I love this quote. You cannot dream yourself into a character. You must hammer and forge yourself one, by Henry David Thoreau. And when you enter the blacksmith's realm, because of hammering and forging yourself, you enter the blacksmith's realm. And what that is that will drop you straight over to the Pathway to Success coaching program, which I'll talk about in a second. So let's go back to the training. Different training courses that are available on the website includes the 3 Laws of Growth. It's a free course that I developed. And you can sign up and get downloads of the videos, the handouts for the top 3 laws of personal growth, which leads into this section over here for another course, the full course on the 15 invaluable laws of growth. I also conduct training on the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. Everyone Communicates, Few Connect, which is an excellent communication study and book by John Maxwell. But it's one of those that you can really learn how to not just communicate, but truly connect with people on a heart level. So if you would like to learn more about that, please feel free to contact me, and I can set up some webinars, book studies, mastermind groups, and training for those that are interested. Leadership Gold, How to Be a Real Success, Resilience in the time of COVID-19, and I also do training for unconscious bias, setting boundaries, motivation and leadership, you name it. And I can also tailor make training programs for various organizations and needs. Just some of the reviews that I have. One recently, a great facilitator. The fact that I waited and paused and really allowed people an opportunity to speak really helped the folks realize that they are being heard. And they have as just much value to contribute to the training or the mastermind as I do or anyone else does. Another gentleman here talked about organization, Campbell Resource Group services, to help take teams to the next level. And Mr. Hertard here, who I worked with and have known for a number of years, highly recommends me. There's some books here that you can get through Amazon related to the trainings, and also some. Zig Ziglar is a huge motivator, and I would definitely encourage you picking up some of his books, listening to his audiobooks. Think and Grow Rich, great classic book. And Resilient by Dr. Rick Hansen. This is one that I've recently listened to and gleaned a great deal about resiliency and just maintaining our strength and our ability to deal with things as they come along. And then here's just kind of an intro video by John Maxwell. So let's go to the Pathway to Success program. So the Pathway to Success blueprint, is one, because I truly believe that we've all had struggles in our lives, including you. Plans fall apart. We run into roadblocks. We run into a brick wall that just sometimes seem to appear out of nowhere. And these can really cause us to lose our focus and our hope for the future. And we have to learn to adapt, overcome, strengthen our resolve and resilience, and find a new pathway to reach our destination. Through Pathway to Success, we help professionals, business owners, government officials, you have it, to be able to recognize the changes and challenges around you, and then how to adapt to them for maximum success. As I mentioned earlier, this is one of those things that I've been doing informally for 30 years or so, and things that I applied in my own life. And although I didn't realize it at the time when I was a young man early on, these steps remain consistent over the years and helped lead me to some tremendous success in business, tremendous success in a career, with relationships, with my marriage, with my children, you name it. These steps really transformed my life in many different ways. So in helping folks do that, I really encourage you to contact me on the website for complimentary strategic planning discussion, because there's 3 things I want to do. I want you to help crystallize your vision of the future. What is that vision? Maybe you lost sight of what the vision was or what your original blueprint was in your life. Or maybe you got derailed somewhere along the way and you kind of got to the point where you settled in and you settled for something that looks very different from what your blueprint was. And then discuss the biggest challenge you're facing that's keeping you from reaching or achieving your vision. And that could just be, I can't see my way anymore. So I need somebody to help come from the outside and be able to help me see different pathways and different avenues that I can take to meet the goals and dreams that I have. And then I want to come alongside you and with you develop a plan and a new pathway to pursue your vision, goals, and dreams. And you can click on this link here. It'll take you to another page where you need to get a free download of the Pathway to Success blueprint. And you can contact me right here in order to set up a strategic planning discussion like we talked about here. And these usually take anywhere between 45 to 90 minutes, depending on the conversation and how things go. And then, once we get through that, we'll talk further about the next steps to help you start achieving those things. And then down here, there's one of the when you click on the link above as far as downloading the Pathway to Success materials, one of the things that you'll be getting access to is being able to download this. It's just kind of an infographic and walks through the 6 steps to Pathway to Success that you go through. And the first one is self-transformation. It was funny, my daughter asked, well, why do you have a chameleon on there? And I just mentioned, it's always transforming itself to adapt to the environment that it lives in. Changing colors, changing focus, and also keeping those googly eyes transfixed on the changes around them and the threats and the opportunities as well. Step 2 is communicating and connecting with others. Connecting with those that are on a heart level will dramatically change your life, your relationships, your success within your workplace and business, just in general. Truly connecting with others and really showing that you care makes an impact in every part of your life. Step 3 is goal and vision development. When you've kind of gotten derailed, you no longer have that foresight or that direction that you want to take, or it was just completely squashed because of one reason or another. To help you kind of rebuild and reinstall that vision, that goal, the excitement, the pursuit of achieving that. Step 4, lasting resilience. I have a coffee cup there with an anchor in it because this is what anchors us in life. We have to have that resilience as changes come along that we can really maintain, adapt, and step out in strength when we're faced with trials and challenges in our lives. And this is something that will anchor you for the rest of your life. And then actually getting a breakthrough. You apply all these steps, you learn all these things, and now it's time for a breakthrough. So you'll want to make some breakthroughs, reward yourself for the small ones, and reward yourself for the new path that you're on, because you have some great things ahead of you in the future. And then step 6, you've now learned all this stuff. And Zig Ziglar has a quote, says you can get everything in life you want if you just help enough other people get what they want. So step 6 is all about teaching you how to now pour what you've learned in Pathway to Success into others around you. And then there's also another option with steps 7 and 8, which is not on here. And it just teaches you kind of how to build your own business. If you're interested in being able to build your own business similar to this and help equip others and leave a lasting legacy behind you, I can help you do that as well. Some additional pictures here. And then you have access to all of my social media stuff. Now, free and paid resources. This is a great page. There's a lot of free resources on here that are available to you right now, free downloads. Encourage you to go on here and download as many as you like. You have body language, PDF download, and just kind of helps you think through, what message are you sending with your body language? If you're like this guy over here, message is pretty clear, but it just kind of helps you think through the attitudes, the feelings, the emotional stuff that comes with that. Then I have a ebook that I put together, Real Life Communication 101, and just really walks through. I think it's about 51 pages, just walks through and helps you understand the big difference in how we say things and how we connect and how we interact with others and what that gets back to us. Thriving in times of crisis. This is a free download as well. Some information to be able to just share so you have some resources available to you, some websites, some apps, some information to consider, extending grace, mercy, and patience to others, avoiding communication pitfalls, etc. And then leading in times of crisis, another PDF download that's free that also provides information just on how to lead people during these times that we're in. And also 14 ways to strengthen your coping skills. So just kind of how you deal with daily stress depends on your coping skills. So once again, this is another great resource I highly encourage you to download. And then any program that we have right now, whether it's a paid download, whether it's one of the programs, the trainings, is 10% off site-wide for a limited period of time. And this one here, to me, I look at growth as being a lifelong pursuit. It's a lifelong process, and so there's this resource that I provide to you right here, and it's the critical pitfalls of avoiding personal growth. If you're not exploring, learning, and growing, then you're not adding value to yourself and to others around you. So you don't want to avoid personal growth. If anything, you want to pursue it at any and all costs. Once you know yourself and you grow yourself, then you can go yourself and be able to go forward in your career, in your relationships, in your life, and have a huge impact on others. So we also have a blog on here with some articles. School of Life, what are you learning? Once again, just talking about your growth, what you're learning in those in your times that you spend learning, and how are you pursuing those. Pathway to Success is just a short video I was recording driving up I-95 in Northern Virginia, and just kind of thinking about pathway to success and providing a comparison on what it's like driving on the highway and how it applies. And you can really pull out a lot of analogies and life experiences that can help you understand and picture more about the pathway to success that you're searching for. Impact of Irene is a blog posting that I wrote after my daughter's therapy dog and pet passed away very quickly after 10 months of having her, and just the impact that this little dog had on my daughter and on our lives in a very short period of time, and literally by not saying a word, communicating a lot more with her actions, with her compassion, with the way that she adapted to our family. Lessons from a Mesquite Tree was written from a friend of mine in high school. It's a very short read, but a very powerful one regarding when he just recently got notified about him being laid off after 30 plus years at the organization he worked at because of the pandemic that we're going through. Networking to Survive just talks about networking with others, and then resilience in the COVID-19 world. And I also have recently added a partners portion on the website that we have some current partners right now that we work with, and they're some of the best and brightest folks that I've ever met and ever worked alongside, and have come to have a great deal of respect and admiration for them. And they come from different disciplines such as HR, diversity, equity, and inclusion, training, conflict resolution, marketing, media, corporations and companies, and so many others. But some of my highlighted below. And if you're interested in becoming a partner, want to work with me, and we can network and collaborate, find some synergies, and see how we can best serve one another and our clients, you can click here, contact me, and we can talk more about what that would look like. And current partnerships I have is with Transformational Paradigms. This is run by Dr. Beena Patel. She's wonderful, very talented, very educated, and very effective conflict resolution specialist. She's been doing this in the public and private sector for a number of years, very well known in the community, and a great resource if you're looking for somebody to help you develop a conflict resolution methodology in your company, in your agency, what have you. Small World Solutions is J. Bruce Stewart, Dr. J. Bruce Stewart. And Bruce is one of these guys that is so dynamic and so caring and so desiring to ensure that inclusion and diversity and the people are being treated equitably is paramount and on the front end of everything we do. And he applies, like it says here, behavioral science and focusing on solutions that are grounded in sound data and driven by the psychology of human behavior. Now, Dr. Stewart is I call him the father of the new inclusive quotient, the new IQ. He used to work at the Office of Personnel Management and was on the development team who put this program together and really rolled it out for the federal government. And it's still included and still used widely throughout the federal government today. Ventured out on his own about 5 or 6 years ago and is doing some great work with many, many organizations. Fair Play Talks is one I recently got introduced to, Miss Peppy Sapal. She's over in England, and after talking with her on the phone, she had a real desire to have an umbrella organization that was for global diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so she developed this platform to be able to draw in all sorts of information, make connections, and just kind of have a world solution to where anyone can go from any part of the world, tap into it in their own language and with their own needs, and find resources that they need. It's a really exciting program that she's launching called Fair Play Talks. You can click on the links below each of these and find out more about them. It'll take you straight to their website, and I think that you will be truly blown away by all three of them. And then Icon Media. Icon Media is another organization I was recently introduced to. Alex Kushner and Michael Horowitz are the two individuals I talked to for probably about an hour. They're located in Hollywood, California. Icon Media is a full-service video production agency that works to help brand companies, authors, entertainers, conscious thought leaders, and they create some amazing, amazing videos and media. But they do it for organizations that are making a positive impact on the world. Those with humanitarian and philanthropic and societal impact are the ones that they're really trying to serve and to really create a platform and an opportunity to impact on a much greater scale in a way that attacks the emotions, the intellect, and the desire to become involved in these programs. Great folks, huge hearts, and really a desire to truly help and to make an impact. And then Cornerstone On Demand, they provide, I think, like 12,000 different types of resources for training, for online, in person, and work with many, many other folks. I've been talking with John Bersantis from Cornerstone On Demand. Great guy, very engaging. And this organization, if you're looking for training for your agency, for your company, for yourself, for your church, they pretty much have it all, and it's a way to really help organizations out. So another great resource there, and I highly recommend any one of these folks to be able to reach out to them. If anything, just have a conversation with them and hear their passion for what they do. To me, it's very refreshing conversations you would have with any of them, and I highly recommend that you do that. And the last thing is just our contact page, how to get in touch with me. If you want a strategic planning discussion for Pathway to Success, you're interested in some of the training offerings that I have, a webinar, reach out, give me a call, and I am more than happy to have a talk with you. And I also just love to hear your story. I really enjoy talking to people and asking questions and just finding more out about those that I interact with. So anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your day, your week, your weekend, and I really look forward to hearing from you in the near future. Thanks for taking the time out, and we will talk soon.